Another option that we have is to import our own models into a scene. Let's start by coming here to Mountain Range, which we can find underneath Start. Select on Mountain Range, and now we have a scene that has a lot of grass in it, as well as this mountain range here in the background. In order to import our own content in, what we can do is come here to Import New Model, which can be found over here on the left-hand side with Objects, then go to Import New Model. Now, if you go to your Exercise Files Chapter 1 folder, the model that I want to import in will be this Project FBX file. Now, I do want to point out that over here toward the right-hand side, if you select on this bar down toward the bottom of the screen, you can see all the different kinds of files that you can import into the Lumion environment. That includes DXF files, AutoCAD DWG files, FBX files, SketchUp files, 3D Studio Max files, object files, and a few others. We'll load in the project and click on Open. Now, you may or may not get this error message. Now, it's not really an error message, it's just saying that inside of this project, I currently already have a project called Project that exists. So I'm just going to name this project Project 2 and click on the check mark for Add the Library. So now it's going to load in this project into our environment. We give it a few seconds to actually load that in, and then once it's loaded in, we can place that like we can place any other object inside of Lumion. All right, now it's ready to go through the process of placing an object. If we look over here, we can see that this is the object, the Project 2 that I want to place. And what it actually is, there's a site here and a building. And I'm just going to place it somewhere here inside of the scene. So once I see the majority of the box, I'm just going to click to place that here inside of the scene. Now I'm spinning the wheel of my mouse so that I can zoom out. I'll also mention that you can also select on the letter Q in order to zoom up to better take a look at this building. You can use your arrow keys to go from side to side to get a better look at it. Now, right now, it's just all a gray material, and that's okay. At a later point, we can come back in and modify the materials so that it has realistic materials for this scene. We also have a few other options available to us as well, including Move Object, Size Object, Rotate, and Change Height. Let's click on Change Height, then click on the little circle that's associated with the building. All I've done is left click on that circle, and as I move my mouse, it's saying how high off the ground this building is now going to be. Now, I don't want it to be too high off of the ground, but I don't want it to be so low that the grass is actually coming through the parking lot area, which is surrounding it. So I'm just going to lift it up so it's 1 foot off of the ground. And then I'm going to let go of my mouse button. And now we can take a little bit closer look at our building just by using your arrow keys and move from side to side. You can use E to get lower, Q to go up, move from side to side. I'll point out that you can also right click and hold down your mouse button at the same time in order to be able to rotate around and better look at the building. And you can do this for multiple different kinds of content. So in other words, if you want to add in multiple buildings, other kinds of objects that you've modeled in other software, all you would need to do is to, once again, come over here to Imports, import in a new model, find whatever extra content that you want to put into your scene, click on it, select on Open, I'm just hitting cancel to that, and then place that extra content into the correct location in your scene.